He's Marquette King of the Oakland Raiders here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Marquette?
The King is here. I'm good, man. How about you?
I am better for talking to you. Boy, are you a breath of fresh air. And I'm wondering, where does this come from, Marquette? Where does this come from, this whole jubilation upon sticking a punt inside the 10, inside the 5?
Shoot, man. It's just something I've always worked on, especially in the off season. And I've been doing, like, the dance and all the stuff I've been doing it since I played for the Raiders. So I think it's definitely helped since we've won a lot more games that more people have seen it. And, shoot, I don't know, it's just a blessing to be in this situation.
So now you're from Macon, Georgia. You didn't start playing football until your sophomore year of high school. What made you decide to start punting?
I think I got more into punting when I got bored. I would run routes by myself outside, and I had cones set up. And when I finished running the route and I turned around, I'm like, oh, yeah, I ain't got no quarterback. So I just started punting the ball down the field. I go walk down, get it, punt it back up to the other side of the field, just keep walking back and forth. And it was just like therapy. And it ended up turning into something serious.
Now you're talking about just growing up as a kid?
Yeah. Sophomore year in high school, just bored. And I hate staying inside for a long time. So it was a way I could stay outside with a purpose.
So then you started punting the ball around, and then you started realizing you're getting some hang time. And then how did you start getting involved with Fort Valley State?
Fort Valley State was one of the schools that reached out to me. I'm not going to sit here and say I was 4.0 Howard University type student, but I did what I had to do, and Fort Valley reached out to me and gave me an opportunity to play football for another couple of years, and I just took advantage of that opportunity.
Marquette King, Raiders punter, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so who do you now? Who's part of your inner circle to help you figure out what you're doing when you're finished punting and it's time to actually do a celebration, Marquette? Walk me through the process here. What do you have?
I mean, let's see. I got my marketing agent, Wes Silverman. We talk back and forth about it sometimes. And my homeboy, Rod Street, he plays for the Niners. We always just talking. Mm-hmm. We get ready to play a team or something. Say we get ready to play a team like maybe the Carolina Panthers. I'm like, all right. Street is like, oh, yeah, you got to dab because you play Cam Newton. I'm like, all right, I might throw that in there. Mm-hmm. It depends on the team, and also it's kind of off the top of my head, too.
So now, the riding the pony, was that just off the top of your head on that Sunday nighter?
You know what? I rode the pony last year when we played Denver.
Okay.
When I put on the ball and Sanders muffed it and we got the ball back, I rode the pony then, and I had teammates come up to me. They were like, you got to do that next year. You got to do that next year. And I was like, I'll make sure I do it next year, too.
No. And then so that's when you did that. Now, you're sure you've heard before, Marquette. I mean, you're just a punter. I mean, why should you be able to celebrate like you've scored a touchdown? Why should you have a personality? You're just a punter, Marquette. What do you say to something like that?
I've heard that before, and I'm thinking, all right, well, all this work that I put into this punting to try to get to the point where I'm at, mm-hmm. just like all the punters are just as important as other positions. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're out there running drills and jumping over backs and stuff, doing everything that other positions do, but we have just as much of an impact like every other player on the field. And punters should be able to celebrate too. And I'll tell you what, when my coach in college told me that I had to be a punter, I was like, you know what, I'm going to find a way to make this position fun. So, I mean, I see receivers celebrating and pointing and stuff when they get first downs or touchdowns. I'm going to celebrate when I get a ball inside the 10. Like, Why not? All this work that we put into punting, we should be able to celebrate and let it out.
I agree, Marquette King. And now there are people who are doing your stuff back at you. Travis Kelce rode the pony right in front of you after Tyreek Hill returned one of yours for a touchdown. Now, walk me through the byplay between the two of you, because both of you have different stories of what was said to the other, Marquette.
You know what? I think I blanked out. I was just so mad. I'm a competitor, man. So, of course, I'm going to feel a certain type of way when somebody runs my punt back. So he ran it back, and when I was running toward him, I went, okay, how am I going to get this dude down? Like, this is one of the fastest dudes in the league. And he just went right past me. And like, shoot. So I started running behind him. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to catch him, but I can say something to him. So I just ran right behind him and just, I mean, you might not want to hear what I told him, but I started walking back. And then the dude with the Chiefs flag bumps into me. He's like, hey, get out the way. I'm like, you get out the way. Push him out my way. Started walking. And then here go Travis Kelce over here doing this off-rhythm pony ride. I'm like, bro, you're not even playing the Broncos. What is this? So
yes,
he started doing that, and he just started yelling. I'm like, bro, get out my face, dog. Like, it was a lot going on.
So that was because, you know, Travis said that you told him he had no rhythm, and
I said at the end of the game.
Okay, you said at the end of the game. Did you also tell him that you didn't need a reality show to get the ladies? Marquette, did you tell him that?
I mean, maybe I did. No, Travis Kelce, he reached out to me after the game, man.
That's
and
good.
it was all out of love, man. I told him at that time, though, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, well,
I really did.
It's the competition here, Marquette. It's the competition, and now the Raiders. You've got to clinch a playoff spot this week against the Colts. You could clinch a division potentially. You can clinch even a bye week at some point. I mean, this has got to be exciting in that locker room. How different is it from this year to last, even?
Oh, it's a huge difference, man. Everybody, I mean, I could tell that before the season even started, it was a different kind of bonding on the team. People at their same position going out, spending time with each other in the off season. Like, people were bonding with each other, and I thought that was a real cool thing. I haven't seen it in a while since I've been here, so I thought that was cool.
And what's it like in that special teams, I guess, room with Janikowski, Marquette King and Sebastian Janikowski? I don't know if there's a room large enough to fit the personalities, I don't think, Marquette.
I mean, you know what? They treat me like little brothers, Kondo and Shebash. And, like, you know, Shebash, like, you should have came when it was started. You should have came when I was younger. I was like, man. But I got kids, so I got to take care of them. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. I'll be on my own. Man,
That's good.
Shit, man, it's a party, man. It's a party every time we get special teams together. That's why you see us do the things we do, man. We're always trying to live life to the fullest and have a lot of fun. Because if you're not having fun, then you're working.
I bet. I love it. Last one for you, Marquette. It's the Colts this week. Pat McAfee's coming in. He's got some game, too, not just the punting. He's doing a lot of stuff post-punting and celebrating as well with some funny stuff. I think that this is like a reality show. This could be like a reality competition type show where he does one thing, you do another, and we vote on it. I think. What do you think, Marquette?
Hey, stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
I mean, you don't think there's going to be any sort of extra pressure? Because, I mean, McAfee's got some game too, Marquette, you know?
Hey, no pressure. No pressure. I do this.
Okay. Now, how about the last one for you here? Maybe you could come up with if you do punt and celebrate, something just specifically for the Rich Eisen show, Marquette. What do you think?
You know what? I could do some homework. I'll figure something out. I'm gonna look up some videos of you and see what I can do.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm a huge fan of when you ran that 40 time with that full suit on.
Yes.
Funny.
Okay. So a running man? You want to do a running man or something? You know?
Hey, I might, man. I might got to put on my tuxedo though, because he was fresh. He ran that 40.
Yeah. So you could as if you could sort of act like you're putting on a suit and then do the running man. If you put one inside the 10.
Let's do that. That'll work.
I like it, Marquette. We're going to keep an eye out. The eye in the sky does not lie, and we have the eye in the sky on the Rich Eisen show.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Bring it on.
Marquette, I love what you're doing, and let's have you back on as soon as possible, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you for the love, man.
Of course. Punters are people, too. You know I've been fighting this fight for years. I
already know about the movement.
Fantastic. Well, you're right at the forefront, at Marquette King on Twitter. Thanks, Marquette. You're right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Marquette King of
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.